Right now, Denver police need your help finding a missing man. 44-year-old Joshua Cisneros was last seen yesterday downtown near 15th and Champa. Police say that he suffers from a traumatic brain injury and does not speak very well. And if you see him or you have any information that could help find him, you are asked to contact police.
Firefighters are mopping up a brush fire in the Roxborough Park area that was caused by birds. We'll give you more details on that in a moment, but the fire started yesterday afternoon just east of the Foothills water treatment plant and then grew quickly. West Metro says they were notified first by a caller and again by someone who knocked on the fire station nearby after seeing smoke. Crews responded quickly. About 43 West Metro firefighters, along with help from South Metro and a helicopter crew from Douglas County dropping water on the flames, all responded. That fire spread to about 16 acres, but crews were able to get it contained very quickly. So now back to those birds. West Metro Fire says investigators believe the fire sparked up after at least 4 birds were electrocuted, caught on fire, and then hit the ground. While that is pretty uncommon, this happens to be the second bird-caused fire in their district this month. They had another fire near the Fort restaurant around the time of the quarry fire that was also caused by a bird. New this morning, after more than 2 decades, a restaurant staple in Capitol Hill is closing its doors in Denver and moving to a different city. 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez now joins us live outside of Benny Blanco's Pizza. Brianna, this is one of the many restaurants leaving Denver.
Exactly. I actually spoke to the Colorado Restaurant Association. They tell me that the city of Denver has lost 183 restaurants, and that time frame is from July of last year to July of this year. And Benny Blanco's Pizza Shop is joining that list. So we know this hole-in-the-wall pizza shop has been at this location in Capitol Hill in the neighborhood for 24 years. I actually spoke to the owners, Mike and Holly Martinez. They tell me that they met at this location and have made so many memories with their customers as well as employees, but it hasn't always been smooth sailing. Now, throughout the years, the couple has seen the area along 13th Avenue change. When the couple first moved to this little hole-in-the-wall shop, they say drugs was a problem. Fast forward a few years later, when the pandemic hit, the population of those experiencing homelessness grew. Martinez says that the couple didn't feel comfortable in the area anymore, and with rent prices going up, staying at that current location just wasn't in the cards.
You know, it's been my life's work. I mean, I'm literally spent half of my life right here in this very spot. And, honestly, I never planned on moving, never planned on, leaving Capitol Hill, but things change, unfortunately, and sometimes the things you don't plan or the things you do plan don't turn out, and the universe has something better planned for you, hopefully.
So take a look at your screen. The Colorado Restaurant Association says that rent is a growing problem for restaurants moving out of Denver, but not the only one. The association shared a statement with us saying, in part, our restaurant members often cite Denver's minimum wage increases as particularly burdensome, more so than rent, end quote. Now, Benny Blanco's Pizza Shop is closing their location here in Capitol Hill, actually this Saturday. But don't worry, if you do love their pizza, I heard a lot of people on social media writing in, telling them, don't close, don't worry, they're not closing. They're actually moving to Arvada. They've already opened that new location, so you can check them out there. And we've also posted all that information for you on 9news.com. For now, I'm live here in Denver. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
And we know if you love something enough, you'll drive to another city, but it is a bummer to see them move after all of these years. Brianna, thank you. It
is now 6:08, and today Mayor Mike Johnson, along with other state leaders, will be celebrating the 40 acres of land dedicated to the new Fox Park development. Fox Park, which is under construction now and will contain 14 acres of interconnected parks and open space. It'll also be a hub for health and fitness, arts and entertainment spaces for the community. They're also working with Denver Botanic Gardens for the open spaces, rooftop terraces, and amenity decks.
Colorado's seeing dramatic improvements in its wait list for people accused of crimes who need mental health treatment. The Office of Behavioral Health says around 445 people were on a wait list for restoration treatment a year ago. Right now, there are fewer than 250 people on the wait list. That's the lowest it's been in the years since the pandemic.
We were able to offer incentives to our nurses to come and work for us. We opened 44 new beds, forensic beds, at the Fort Logan State Hospital, which had never had forensic patients. We've been contracting throughout the state.
Because of the backlog, the state entered into an agreement in federal court in 2019 to meet certain deadlines. As part of that, Colorado is required to get people into restoration treatment within 7 to 28 days. As of April, the wait times were between 55 and 106 days. The state has until the end of 2027 to get into compliance.
A newly released government watchdog report found that President Joe Biden greenlit the pier operation in Gaza, even as officials warned that it would face weather challenges and security problems in an active war zone. The $230 million pier was used to deliver humanitarian aid, but only operated for only 20 days over a 2-month span, delivering less than a third of its intended aid. Biden has acknowledged the pier had not lived up to expectations, saying during a press conference in July that he was hopeful that would be more successful.
Overnight in the Russia-Ukraine war, Russian drone and missile attacks struck across Ukraine, killing at least 5 people. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says the attacks included 81 drones, as well as cruise and ballistic missiles, and that 16 people were hurt. Just hours earlier, President Zelensky announced the incursion into Russia was the first part of Kyiv's victory plan, which he intends to present to President Biden next month. At a press conference in Ukraine's capital yesterday, he added that the plan's success largely depends on the U.S.
Mexico is pausing relations with U.S. and Canadian embassies. The decision comes after ambassadors criticized Mexico's president's proposal to have judges elected by popular vote. He says he will reestablish relations once the diplomats are respectful of the independence of Mexico, of the sovereignty of our country, end quote.
Shocking news out of Atlanta. 2 people were killed and a 3rd person was hurt after a plane's tire exploded at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport yesterday. It happened at a Delta Airlines facility. According to the union representing workers at the airport, the tire exploded during some kind of operational work. Delta says the tire was not attached to the plane when it happened. The airline is working with the FAA to investigate.
Plans to launch the SpaceX Polaris Dawn mission have been put on hold once again due to weather. While conditions for this morning's launch looked favorable, the SpaceX team says it has concerns about the weather at the end of the mission when the Dragon capsule splashes down in the seas around Florida. The 4-person crew has been in quarantine awaiting their launch. It's unclear when the next launch attempt will be.
Well, speaking of weather, one thing you need to know about the weather for today, it's a hot one out there. 92 for us in Denver. Our average for today is 86. Our record is 96, and today very likely to be our 54th day at or above 90 degrees so far this year for us in Denver. Full year average is just 46. So, Erica, it's certainly been a toasty summer. That continues for today.
All right, Chris, and for another hot one, thank you so much. Right now is 6:12 on your Wednesday morning, and Sky 9 is over one of the big crashes we've been following from overnight. So this is along 40th Avenue this morning. The closure is between Salida Street and Airport Boulevard, that southbound side of Airport Boulevard. Just before Airport then dumps into Pena, the Pena Boulevard off-ramp. So Pena is still open out here, but as far as the crash goes, Aurora Police tweeted out they got the call around 2 in the morning. 5 people were taken to the hospital. 2 had serious injuries, 1 with life-threatening injuries. This is one of the 2 vehicles involved that is now loaded up onto the tow truck. Still a lot of cleanup to do. That investigation is, of course, continuing through the morning. So from 40th, you're not able to get onto Pena, but a workaround option could be taking Tower Road to Green Valley Ranch and then getting onto Pena from there.